With the expanded and enhanced versions of GTA Online being 3 months away and the little details that we have, I'm becoming increasingly curious about what Rockstar has in store for us. And also where the fuck information is. Recently we have learned a couple of new things, like the fact that according to the German PlayStation blog, the game will run in 4K and 60 FPS on PlayStation 5, and probably on Series X as well. Obviously, this was something that was kind of expected, or, well, the game had to have, or there will be riots. Obviously, they're most likely talking about single player here, and hopefully they won't make the same mistake as they did with GTA Online on the PS4 and the Xbox One, because then they decided, you know what, here's 30 players. Oh shit, that's right, actually, we're gonna add more DLC, and wait, if we add more DLC, it will suffer the game performance and it will give lower FPS. Oh shit! The game is running in 15 FPS and is unplayable on base console. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is a little bit of a problem. Yeah. Anyways, here's a new version of the game on next-gen consoles. Enjoy! Another thing that was mentioned on the Rockstar Newswire in the Los Santos Tuner DLC announcement was that, quote, select vehicles will be upgraded with all new speed improvements and more. These upgrades will only be available on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X versions of Grand Theft Auto 5. This in particular had piqued my interest for a variety of reasons, the obvious one being that speed improvements could mean that the advanced handling flags will finally be removed and the cars that are suffering from it, like my much beloved Entity XXR that got done really dirty and I'm still upset about because it was a beautiful car. It was the sequel to the Entity XF, a car that I loved, a car that I cherished, a car that I have fond memories of from the days of 2013. And then it came out, it sounded like shit, it drove like shit, and it was pretty shit. While most cars won't suddenly become the new best thing, at the very least the pain that you feel when you try to go into second or third gear won't be as painful to listen to. I don't expect these speed improvements to be something that will be completely shaking up the meta for races, and it will most likely just end up being either of the two options. Either every vehicle across the board will be made quicker, or they will try to see if some cars that seem rather unused and give them some extra speed. The problem with the latter is the fact that there are so many vehicles in the game currently that are so very similar. In particular, the sports class. The amount of dime in a dozen sports cars that are out there in the game at the moment is just way too high. And sure, it's probably difficult to add another new sports car and give it some unique characteristic when the class has over 80 sports cars available in it. Which also brings me to another major gripe I have with the cars in GTA Online. Engine sounds. I don't even remember the last time I heard a unique engine sound in a DLC vehicle in GTA Online. I don't know if this is Rockstar just being quote-unquote lazy or that there's limitations in place. Whatever the reason may be, I really hope that with the extra power the new consoles provide, we'll be able to get some different and new engine sounds. Because I don't particularly fancy hearing the same engine sound on all the variations of the Dominator. At that point you start to wonder if you're driving a different car or just simply a reskin. It especially doesn't help when the cars handle very similarly. It'd be nice to have a new car, just simply have added this distinct thing to them. It doesn't have to be obvious as the car has big oversteer or big understeer, because you know, driving the Calico is a nightmare. Just minor things that will make it a bit of a difference and make the car feel different, especially considering that the game has no signs of slowing down anytime soon. Wait a minute, I just realized something. The speed of your vehicle in GTA Online is tied to your FPS. So making the game 60 FPS will make all vehicles faster. Well, shit.